time. But now not so much. It's become so commonplace that nobody really even talks about it anymore. But now you get some outstanding customer service, and that is the topic of conversation for dinner that night, because it's not so commonplace anymore. My fellow Toastmasters, special and honored guests, this is a passion of mine. It's a mission of mine. All I want, and I believe it to be in short order, is to be given the kind of customer service that I would give to anybody, anytime, at any day. I believe customer service consists of 4 simple words. It's a smile, it's enthusiasm, eye contact, and it's a thank you. When you're approached by a public servant of any kind, whether it be somebody in a grocery store, somebody in a restaurant, or how about a doctor's office where you have that white coat syndrome, it just kind of smooths the edges, doesn't it? When you see that smile coming at you, it draws you in and it just says to you, it's going to be okay. I'm going to take good care of you. You can tell me everything. And I'm going to help you any way I can. And when you get enthusiasm, now that's a barn burner. I say bring that on. Bring it on big time. I mean, how often do you get that? I'm listening to everything you have to say. And when I leave here, I'm going to come back and I'm going to see you because you made me feel so special. Another thing that's pleasurable is eye contact. Now, not only did I get somebody with a smile and I can't wait to help you attitude, but now I've got somebody who is looking at me. They're focused on only me. They're not looking around at anybody else. It's all about me. You know what? I like that. And lastly, it's important to thank me because to me that means I mattered and you want me to come back and see you. So on the flip side of these 4 simple words, when I get lackluster customer service, I don't know, it evokes all kinds of emotions in me because I'm thinking, do they know they're giving me attitude and they don't care? Or maybe they don't know they're giving me attitude and I'd be doing them a favor by saying something to them. And I've often thought of saying to them, would you want to be treated the way you're treating me? No, probably not. But how do we change this poor customer service? How do we change this lackluster customer service? I had an experience of changing carriers from AT&T to Verizon, so let's use Verizon as an example. All I wanted was an answer to a simple question, and I called Verizon, and I cannot tell you how many layers of electronic garble I had to go through to get to a live representative. And right before I was to reach a live representative, I get that last question. Before you end your call with your representative, would you like to take a brief survey? Press 1 for yes and press 2 for no. Well, of course I'm going to press 2 for no because I'm in a hurry and I need to get going and I have just a simple question. That's all I want answered. So I finally get to the representative and I finish up my business with her, and before she lets me go, Ms. McAvaney, I have just 2 short questions for you before I let you go. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, how would you rate my service to you today? It's 10, definitely a 10, because if I answered anything other than a 10, it's going to be another phone call. 10, definitely, hands down 10. Oh yes, Ms. McAvaney, thank you. Before I let you go, one last question. How likely are you to refer Verizon to your friends and family? On a scale of 1 to 10, of course, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. Well, definitely that would be a 10, and thank you very much and goodbye, because I mean, I'm busy, I need to go, I got my answer and I'm done with you. But hey, listen, if we are going to change anything about bad customer service, it starts with us, right? It starts with all those annoying surveys that we get, filled with fog. So when you get these surveys, it is your opportunity to either throw these companies in the ditch or praise them for their customer service. I mean, let's face it, they are making a positive effort to improve on something that they have heard is not so good. So it's our time to say, this is what I think you need to change. And you don't have to buy into customer service. You don't have to buy into bad customer service. If you're going to change it, you don't need to buy into it. So I have two short stories for you. Recently, I went out with some girlfriends of mine to a place that was notorious for their terrific sushi, their reasonable prices, and their stellar customer service. Their stellar customer service had gone from stellar to really sad. The wait times for anything were monumental. I mean, we had got there, we probably had a 20-minute wait before anybody even came to say anything to us. Now, all right, so we did kind of stiff the guy a little bit on his tip, but the experience was a little bit irritating and it was a little bit stressful, and we did say something to the manager, and we were not the first to complain, and we did wait till after the meal before we said anything about the food. And on the brighter side, however, we went and took a trip to California. And we went to go eat at a restaurant, and we ran into a waitress there that was hands down the best ever. I mean, she lived and she breathed all four of those things that I've talked about to you tonight. She greeted us with a smile. She gave us some kind of enthusiasm, but it was not overdone. She had terrific eye contact, and she couldn't wait for us to come back, and she thanked us. So where do you think we went when we went out to California the next time? We went back out to see her. She treated every single patron in that place the very same way. As far as she was concerned, they were the only people that were there at the time she was standing at their table. So I challenge you to do two things before I leave here tonight. And the first one is, when you are given those annoying little surveys, please take the opportunity to go ahead and answer them, because we are little pieces that make up that big picture. Take Time Warner, for instance. They're the ones that are now apologizing publicly on television, and that's part of all the surveys they've gotten from all of us. And the second thing is, just kind of make a little subconscious note about the next time you go out. If you get that smile, if you get that enthusiasm, if you get the eye contact and a thank you, just make a little mental note, because you know what? It really is all about me. I make a difference. Always give what you want to get back. Madam Toastmaster.